We're gonna be safe and sound tonight.
Hello everyone, today we are talking about economic class and social class and how that changes in the Arkology system. So on the left we have Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and on the right we have the Great Seal of the United States. So the working class is always struggling with their physiological needs, with housing, with transportation, with gas, with food, all of this stuff. And the main goal of Arkology is to satisfy the physiological needs, and also with the communal living situations to satisfy the love and the belonging. Safety, this is what the social contract takes care of. And then esteem and self-actualization is beautifying your lived environment, making your lived environment as beautiful as possible, making the city as beautiful as possible. And things like the articles of syndication, participating in your workplace, greater participation in your workplace, things like that. So this is the big one, though, the physiological needs. The suffering of the working class is what keeps the status quo going. It's what keeps the status quo stable. It puts the middle class and the upper class in a state of panic, in a state of fear, to defend the status quo, because they do not want to become the working class. Because the working class is kept in a perpetual state of suffering by design. So Arkology really alleviates the bottom of this pyramid. It really works on the bottom of this pyramid, but it actually works on all of the pyramid. There's aspects of it that hit every aspect of the pyramid. If you look here in the Great Seal, same thing. It's a pyramid. You have the working class on the bottom. You have the middle class in the middle, upper class near the top, and then the ruling class is separate from the pyramid. It is the electrum on the top of the pyramid, and it sees all because it controls the pyramid and it controls the system. So this is really what we need to destroy, and this is what we need to grow and to benefit. So now we're gonna talk about exactly how these classes will shift in the form of mathematics. So there will be shifts in class and there will be disruptions in class, but don't worry, that's okay. It's mostly it's net worth and cash flow are the two big reasons why. So, and then we'll talk about how the lower classes are benefiting. So this is due to the articles of syndication. The coin is only 33% of the company, and the mind and the hand are the other 66%. And so there will be a 2/3 decrease in dividends cash flow, and a 2/3 decrease in the total stock net worth, because capitalism, or what we call traditional capitalism, is now reduced to a 33% ownership, and these corporations will have a 66% worker ownership. So that works out to be a 66% decrease. This is our housing real estate net worth average, currently 300,000. This may be our average Arkology real estate net worth, 80,000. You just do some easy division, quick division. This means a total real estate net worth drop of 73%. Now, this is in Arkology. Outside of Arkology, you're not going to see quite the 73% drop. So if you own property outside of Arkology, it might only drop like 20 to 25% if Arkology really, really takes off. But inside Arkology, net worth, owning real estate will not have such a heavy net worth. It will be a 73% decrease roughly. This is your rental profit. This is based on a whole slew of things. I don't know how accurate this number is. Like, if you have a mortgage, obviously this number is going to be less. Depending on your city or even neighborhood, this number is going to vary. But maybe roughly 800, could be 600. So let's go with 600. 83% rental decrease. So this Arkology average rent profit is going to be low, mainly because of just the mass production of housing, the commodification of affordable housing, as well as that progressive landlord tax really hits the average rental profit. Even if this is 200, let's say this is 200. It might be like 150. So it's still you're still looking at a 75% reduction in the general landlordism, the general landlord profit. Now here's the shocking one. This is 10-year treasury bonds, 1.5% presently. That's crap. 1.5% bonds is nothing. But I could be issuing, to build Arkology, I could be issuing a whole lot of corporate bonds. And these bonds might be paying about 4%, meaning you have a percent change or a percent increase of 167%. So notice the trend here. You have stocks down 66%. You have real estate net worth down 73%. You have residential rents, or this could be commercial rents too, down 75%. So this is hurting classism quite strongly. But then here we have bonds. Bonds have a 167% increase. This is actually 267% because 4 is over double 2, but percent change is 167 plus. So really, really strong numbers for bonds, which is beautiful because I love bonds. I'm all about bonds. And if this, let's say, demand is a little bit low at 4%, I don't want to do this, but let's say I had to, 5%, 233% increase over the bonds that we are currently paying. So now we are looking at working class numbers, the proletariat, the lower classes, the salt of the earth. I've done these numbers before, but I'm going to show you them again for these purposes. So this is your Arkology monthly costs for a cheap 2-bedroom, food and utilities, about $420 a month. This is almost exactly your UBI. That was not an accident, believe it or not. Actually, maybe it was on purpose. Then this is your traditional costs, traditional cost of living. This is actually like an $800 apartment with an $800 apartment. So this is in a cheaper city, a cheaper area. And taxes are not included in this number. So you assume like $300 of that $800 is property tax. So your rent is actually $500. And then you have your car, your student loans, your food, stuff like that. So this is shown right here. Arkology income after tax, working 2 days a week. So this is including your UBI. This is including your hand tokens. And this is assuming you work $20 an hour. $2,100 after tax. Now this is traditional income working 5 days a week after tax. Lower than Arkology because of payroll tax, because of income tax, because of Social Security and Medicaid tax, and because there's no UBI, and because there's no hand tokens. So you factor in all of those things. You factor in all of those taxes, no UBI, no hand token, and you actually are earning less money per month than you do in Arkology working 2 days a week. So not only are you earning $200 a month less and working all of this extra time, but look at these costs. Then look at your cost of living is almost 3 times higher on top of making less money, on top of working 2.5 times more. Then you just do the simple subtraction. This is your monthly net income in Arkology, $1,700 a month in your pocket. This is your spending money. This is your money to play around with. Then in traditional society, you have $744 a month. This works out to be a total change in net income of plus 130%. This is not this is plus 130%. So you actually have 230% of your total net income. So yeah, just to clarify, there you go. It's actually 230%. That works better. So yeah, really shocking stuff. 230% more money for the working classes. And if you're middle class and you're really scared about this top math, if you're really nervous about this math up here, you have to focus on this math down here. You have to focus on this and say, even if I fall to the bottom of the pyramid, even if I drop down to the lower classes somewhat, because your net worth is not being stolen from you, you're still going to be able to own coin tokens. You're still going to be able to own bonds. You're still going to be able to not pay rent because you have an apartment paid in full. You have a condo paid in full. Even with a possible decrease in net worth, with a possible decrease in cash flow, you're still looking at a 230% gain in net income for the working class. So by lifting up, once again, by lifting up and focusing on the bottom of the pyramid, we raise up everyone. We raise up the whole pyramid when we raise up the bottom. Right now in neoliberalism, we're always focused on raising up the middle class. We're so focused on raising up the middle class over and over and over again. And we completely ignore the poor. We completely leave the poor behind. And that has to stop. So, I hope that makes everyone feel better. I hope that makes everyone a little bit less nervous about the disruptions of class, or disruptions to class, that we can expect in the Arkology system. Because it will disrupt classes. It will disrupt the class system, and that's a good thing. That's fine. And if you are terrified of being middle class and dropping down to working class, if this is the main reason you push against Arkology, just know that even the working class, even people paying rent, can work 2 days a week and have 230% of the net income that they do today. 230% of their total balance. So yeah, after we take care of the bottom, after the bottom is nicely taken care of, these two, then everyone can focus on love, belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. And that's what I'm really excited about. This is like when you start to get spiritual. This is just survival. And it's sad. It's a sad state of affairs that I even have to focus on it so strongly, and that it's such a problem. But then when you get to these three sections, it really starts to get spiritual. It really starts to get profoundly beautiful, and this is where real healing starts to happen. So yeah, don't worry about the class changes. Everything's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine, and we're all going to benefit from the institutional efficiency and from the structural efficiencies of Arkology. That's it for this one. Thank you, and have a nice day.